Assalamu alaikum. Hi, Oracle Reiki spiritual healer. And I had to get my blanket and put it back in the bag so you guys couldn't see it. Because the last one, you guys could see it. So, we're talking about what it means, what social injustice mean for our people. You know, we have been doing a good job, a great job, at recognizing the subliminal messages, the frequencies in the music. It's causing a lot of our people to come out, from that type of industry, under those types of contracts, and we have these people with these gifts for music. But they're understanding that with the height of the internet, that it can be done a better way. You have to be careful of what you say. You have to be careful of what you do, because the people who are listening to you, the people who are trying to mimic you, these young people, there is a penalty for putting out the wrong message, for putting out a negative message, for putting out a frequency aligning with the entity and the colonizers. So, I thank all of you for recognizing these types of attacks upon our people and moving away and making your move in order to come into alignment with the Godhead, whether you're Muslim or Christian. I really appreciate all of you for understanding that we're talking about a social injustice that has been inflicted upon our forefathers, upon our mothers and fathers, our people, for material wealth, for material gain. And they have used our own people in order to attack us. So I have been talking about, this industry and these types of, entertainment, the music, that they have used in movies in order to paint us in a certain light of, hustlers, pimps, degraded women, and I just wanted to make sure that when we are looking at a lot of these movies that we're going to go over, and this is what, this is going to be my job, to go over these movies with you. Whatever movie that you want to talk about, leave it in the comments so that, I can get that movie, watch it, and then we'll have a conversation about it. I will air your movie on this channel so that we can have a better understanding of the spiritual aspects, the spiritual attacks that they were putting in these movies about us, for us. And, I want to continue to make sure that you understand that we are cleansing social injustice to our people, for our people, when we do this. So there are many different kinds of Bible verses that talks about this. And, I want you to go and read Leviticus 19 and 15. So I'm going to pull that up for you, because it talks about the social injustice, to the poor. And we have to be aware of what the holy books say. We have to be in alignment with the holy books. So it also talks about the social injustice in the Holy Quran, that the wrongdoers will definitely be punished. And I want to give you this understanding of Leviticus, and I'm typing it in right now, guys, for us. Leviticus 19 and 15. And I just wanted to read that for you, because I don't want you to think that they were not battling these same attacks upon society, upon the home at that time. At that time, it was just that the chosen ones were much more stronger. They were able to come together without having any kind of social media. And we are able to do that in this day and time. So that's why I wanted to read for you Leviticus 19 and 15. And it says, do not pervert justice. I'm sorry, it had to come up. My thing is slow over here. Do not pervert justice. Do not show partiality to the poor or favoritism to the great, but judge your neighbor fairly. So this is not what has been going on in any of the realms, of our forefathers' times, of our fathers' times. And so, a lot of them have given up. A lot of them have lost hope. And this is why I say they don't want to fight, because they feel that they are subdued. And we have to get out of that mindset. We have to rally our people back to where they are supposed to be, where they do not sacrifice their own people to the entity. We have to be able to run away from these, injustices that they are setting up in our homes, in our communities, in our jobs, these unfair business dealings. But a lot of it starts with what we're taking into our souls. These music, these movies, again, this is why I'm going over these types of movies, the ones that are supposed to be spiritual for us. There are some that are supposed to be spiritual, and some that are just downright denigrating and degrading to the men and the women. And we have to get away from that kind of behavior. We have to get away from letting our people do those types of acts and, act for other people in that way against our own people, against their own women. So we have our understanding that, these young men who are degrading women, and they're 14, they're 13, and they're getting younger. They're acting out because they didn't get a video game for Christmas. They're acting out because they're 25, 30 years old because they didn't get a video game for Christmas. These young men, become people in society, mentally challenged in society. They are having a mental break, psychic break, because they understand that they do not have what other people have. They are not what other people have. They are not, in this rat race with what the entity has given them. They know that they don't have it. And they know that they are not in competition with the chosen men and women whom God has given the knowledge to, the weapons of understanding how to stop this type of attack. And it starts within the home. Again, I can't say that enough as well. Charity starts at home. We have to make sure that we're teaching our young people, our young men, our young women. And if they are not going to listen, then we have to make sure that we bring them back in line, and we try to bring them in line with stiff penalties. We're taking away. We're taking away from it. Whatever God has given us a blessing, if you're not going to follow what God has given us, if you're not going to receive the message that God has given us, that's not good for you. You can't stay on that, video game all day. You can't listen to that kind of music. You can't dress that way, young lady. You can't, have that kind of hair, that look. In my house, you need to look your age. Okay? We're not attracting, certain spirits to our home. So charity starts at home. And we have to be able to talk to our children. We have to be the best persons in our lives, not physically, abusing our children. Not acting with the disrespect that our parents, acted with us. We must be able to control the situation and give our children something better than what was given to us. And I just wanted to bring this to your attention. I hope that you received this message. Please like, share, and subscribe to me over all of my platforms. You can book your one-on-one sessions with me, book your life coaching sessions or your video chat sessions. I'm High Oracle, Reiki spiritual healer. Assalamu alaikum.